How academia can actually solve ChatGPT detection. AI detectors are a scam. They are random number generators that probably give more false positives than accurate results. The solution, for essays at least, is a simple, age-old technology built into Word documents and Google Docs. Require assignments be submitted with edit history on. If an entire paper was written in an hour, or copy-pasted all at once, it was probably cheated out. And it would show the evidence of that one sentence you just couldn't word properly being edited back and forth 47 times. AI can't do that. X200b. Judge not thy essays by the content within, but the timestamps within thine metadata. You are welcome, academia. Now continue charging kids tens of thousands per semester to learn dated, irrelevant garbage. You could generate with ChatGPT and manually type it out, swivel chair, no copy-paste, and that would have a normal-looking edit history. Nah, you have no idea how many times I've pulled essays out of my ass 2 minutes before it's due. My professor wants to test our essays with 0 GPT. Everything above 20 AI generated will be rated as plagiarism, with exmatriculation being the imminent result. I have the feeling that we are all fucked. You're all overthinking this. AI writing detectors are going to fail all on their own before the end of the school year. There's no saving the traditional means of assessment. The solution is to move forward, not backward. Schools must embrace generative AI and develop new curriculum and means of assessment. In 5 years everyone will be interfacing with AI every day, both personally and professionally. Shouldn't educational institutions be preparing students for a world full of AI? Teaching them how to use it to properly capitalize upon it, how to prompt it properly, how to interrogate the output to check for validity, and so on. We need to start using AI as a tool, just like we use calculators. It is going to be a part of kids' and younger adults' lives. For their whole lives. Why are we focused on cheating, instead of making the next generations as productive as possible? Cheating insinuates a competition, which learning is not. 2 problems. Inspired, I can write 3,000 words in a matter of hours with minimal editing needed. It's getting over the writer's block and referencing that takes time and effort. I doubt I'm alone in that. 2. Speech-to-text systems like Whisper AI. Dictate your words and then copy-paste into a Word document. The words appear in the word processor instantaneously, but the author still wrote them. Then you can tell ChatGPT to write the essay, but then write it out manually, or a Google Chrome extension will probably come out that will do a trickle copy and paste where you can load your essay in and leave your computer on overnight, and it will slowly write it letter by letter within variable timings. You can even make it write half one time and half the next time. Essays should be replaced with interviews. If I used ChatGPT for writing an essay, I still would edit it heavily afterwards. And let's be honest, checking the history of the document manually is a lot of work for the teachers, and checking it automatically can still result in false positives. Let the detectors fail. Then bring the video of you doing all the work and the screen capture video of your research to the lawsuit. AI detectors are a scam. Yeah. As a teacher, I wonder, why should we ban using of ChatGPT? It is tool just as a pen or computer. We, the teacher, should change our way to tech and adapt for the new way of learning. This won't work. There's a bunch of software for people with dyslexia etc., such as MindView, that exports and instantly creates and formats essays reports in the required reference style etc., not to mention software such as Global Autocorrect etc. These people now falsely flag. So we have the same issue we started with. I vividly remember how difficult my English 102 course was. It was in that class that I truly learned how to write proficiently. I don't regret any of the time spent, and I really hope this new tool doesn't stifle future generations. The real solution is they have to change the way they teach. Funny you say this, my kid's professor allows only a CSFIC compiler to be used for their programming assignment because they can go back and review edit history. Come evaluation time, focus is less on the assignment completion and more on how kids approached problem solving. While people have made some good points, I think ChatGPT really struggles with references. It often mixes them up. I would say the easiest way is to check if the reference actually says what the sentences say they do. The best part of this is that markers should already be doing this. Yeah, no, you already got debunked in the comments, but I just want to reaffirm how much this wouldn't work because of how smug you were about it, lol. What about just writing the assignment in class on paper? AI can't do that. Believe it or not, it can. I'm a software developer. Word documents, Google Docs all have internal APIs. The entire process could be automated. Besides, this won't work because nobody wants to share shameful initial thinking. I write my essays using LaTeX, as do many other people in the academic world. There is no edit history. That's so dumb, you have no idea how files Word. First of all, I submit PDFs. I don't submit shit like Word files. I don't use Word or stuff that tracks your history. Now, assume that it was acceptable to submit Word documents or anything that tracks your history. Do you really think it would be hard to make an algorithm that messes with your history and history timestamps? And maybe to use AI to make it more believable? As a teacher, I'm pretty sure most of the deal is just going to become heavily in-class discussion based in a more classical style, and then once the kids who don't care about school have been weeded out, you're just going to have to trust them, to be honest. Even then, with fewer people checking, metadata becomes way easier. I've always done interviews as final exams. This was more than 10 years ago. Essays are stupid. My keyboard has macro buttons that can be programmed in the software to type out text I've pasted. I can paste a whole 3,000-word essay and tell it to type it out with random short intervals between each symbol, and even write a plugin that tells it to mess up a letter every now and then so that edits can also be present. Smart lazy people have been finding loopholes and exploits for centuries, this is no exception. Or just allow people to use ChatGPT to generate text. Marked coursework will just disappear as a concept, everyone will just get all their grades done from exams. Some of those exams will contain essays which people will sit and write in an example hall. I am a high school student and I use Bing Chat in the Edge sidebar all the time to help me with my work, and feel I learn more that way, especially as it could follow me around my browser. Very simply, I had a teacher once who suspected a student of submitting a paper they didn't write. The teacher had the student stand up before the class and asked the student questions about the paper. The student couldn't answer one question because the student had someone else write the paper and didn't understand what the other person wrote. It was obvious to everyone in the class that the student had cheated. The student got expelled and word got around, and no one else ever did anything similar in that teacher's class. I guess we need to reconsider what are we trying to evaluate. If we try to evaluate the capacity to produce written essays, that battle is already lost. The entire world has become 1,000 more capable of that overnight. If we want to evaluate understanding and actual knowledge, I don't know. Sit in front of a teacher and speak, maybe? Add more oral exams before 11 labs and Epic gets better and cheaper. My brother is a professor at the University of Helsinki Applied Sciences. His take is that the education model will turn towards comprehension, and less about turning in a specific outputted project to grade. He's already making those adjustments, and I think he's right. Not to mention, comprehension is always the ultimate goal of teaching. You can mimic behavior to create convincing edit history. It's not so hard to code. Have a discussion time in person with the class. You can't fake it. It's not that hard. I write my essays in Google Docs and paste them into Word though. Essays are obsolete.